A week after the Midas patch was released, Fortnite has released its first major update. The secret of the mysterious iceberg, Midas's move to the dark side, major balance changes, a return Kratos to Island, and how to get free V-Bucks. If I've got you intrigued, sit back. I'm Philly. I have the author code PhillyFishy. Let's get started. As per tradition, let's start with the map changes, which this time there are none. Well, actually there is one. One day soon there will be a mysterious iceberg that will come to the northeastern part of the island. At first, I and many data mainers thought that this iceberg has a 0 point, but it is not. In this battle is Iang, whose collaboration will appear on April 9th. During this collaboration, there will be a mini-pass with tons of rewards. There will be 3 stages in total. With each stage, the iceberg will get closer and closer until we can visit it. That's kind of the end of the map changes for now. At least I have a feeling that Epic's just forgot about the coral and the couple in love. There's a lot of gameplay updates though. In addition to updated items including a new mythic, Epic's has seriously reworked the balance and meta. I won't list a ton of numbers and descriptions, otherwise the video will stretch for a whole hour. Except that I would mention the serious nerf of sniper meta. Not only that rifles will now drop much less often, but also in the vault removed their unusual and rare versions, so there should be fewer snipers. And what we need to dwell on is the banana of the gods. We knew about its appearance at the start of the season, but this special fruit got to the inhabitants of the island only now. By the way, I talked about its appearance in one of my old videos. Subscribe if you don't want to miss such things. Eating one of these fruits will restore 25 health, and it will regenerate 3 more units of health for 20 seconds. In total, the divine banana will drain 100 health. But that's not all. When consumed, it grants increased running speed and reduced gravity. Roughly speaking, it's an improved version of Zeus's medallion, except that it has a time limit and gives health. Anyway, it's very useful. In addition to the divine banana, the redesigned hand cannon finally returned to the island, but it became a little slower in terms of rate of fire. The rest of the characteristics remained the same as they were before. So in fact, it is the good old hand cannon, but with a few changes. Now it can be equipped with accessories, such as a 4x scope to track down fish. If you are not a fan of snipers, especially after their nerf, then the updated hand cannon will definitely take a place in your inventory. Another item coming very soon is the Water Mage Scroll. It is timed to coincide with the release of Korra Trials, which will be available next Tuesday, April 2nd. In terms of its mechanics, it resembles the mechanical hammer with nails from the collaboration with Magic Battle, but with a small peculiarity. If you have a scroll in your inventory, you can replenish a small part of your health while in the water. In my opinion, not a bad innovation. In the skin of Poseidon, so in general a cool bundle will be. There is another interesting feature which is unlikely to appear in this season. In the game files found information that Epic are actively working on a new type of fuel, electricity. Most likely this is the groundwork for a new type of transport, which may appear in the next season. Epic have seriously taken up Lego mode. I will not describe all the changes because there are really a lot of them. But in brief, they're brought a lot of chips for transportation. Now it is possible to control self-designed vehicles. And if you are absolutely crazy, you can build a real house on wheels. In general, although not fast, but the mode is developing. Meanwhile, there are a lot of new NPCs on the island who share with us new details of the lore, but maybe we'll sort it out sometime later. Right now, we're interested in Midas, who has changed a bit since our last meeting. Now he looks more like an evil spirit. What exactly is the reason for this transformation? It is still difficult to understand. As an option, it's just Epic's way to show players an additional style of Midas, which, by the way, has already been released in the item store, and you'll have to pay a lot of money to buy it. I unfortunately didn't have enough for it, but if you do, you can enter the PhillyFishy creator code to help me buy it. By the way, you can now buy his mythical drum gun from the NPC Midas. So, if you've been waiting for the return of the mythical drum gang more than the return of Midas himself, it's time to spend 600 ingots. Well, now it's time to talk about Kratos. His release is almost confirmed. It's all about the fact that his kit was found in the game's files, which supports the new item store design. So, the Killer of the Gods will be back. By the way, with the new update, many players got 950 bucks. At the time of recording the video, the reasons for such generosity of epics are unknown. But I have a little theory. I think the reason is that the other day there was a bug in the game, because of which many players have zeroed the level of pass. Or even it disappeared altogether, as if you never bought it. Perhaps these V-Bucks should be sent out to those affected players, but Epics did something wrong, and now V-Bucks are given to everyone, even those who didn't even have a pass. In principle, Epics have never taken away V-Bucks, which themselves and issued so you can spend them to buy a Battle Pass or Ascendant Midas. Also, in Fortnite starts as many as 2 new collaborations, the first, with Nike. And there, everything by tradition, maps in creative mode with tests and 2 new skins. And here is the second collaboration with Guardians of the Galaxy. Unfortunately, there are no trials here, but there will be a paid set with a lot of cosmetic items. In addition, soon the Refer a Friend campaign will return to the game, where you can get some free items. Well, and how could it be without new skins? There may not be that many of them, but almost all of them turned out to be very yearly. Especially the Guardians of the Galaxy set, which is where we'll start. It includes young adult Groot, Mantis, and Drax. The set came out really good, especially Groot and his new emote. The set itself will be sold for real money so you can set aside your V-Bucks. But for the sake of the legendary dance of Groot, it's not a sin to donate money. Well, the star of the previous patch was Ascendant Midas. This handsome man was awaited by absolutely everyone, and the designers did not fail. And with the new cursed style, this is a very cool skin, which should be 100% in the collection of Fortniter. It also, like the original Midas, has a golden touch. The skins from the Nike collaboration, on the other hand, look weird to say the least, especially that pouty man. But I think the skin turned out pretty good. Beautiful effects, cool animations, and an additional style, in general, normal. But the next skin, I did not like. But I think he will find a fan. Will cost 1,200 V-Bucks. Beard Heron, or rather former Oro. Apparently, our lover of golden treasures has changed his profession, and now translates the souls on the river Styx. For those who were sorry to spend 2,000 V-Bucks on the original Oro, a necessary purchase. As it is, the skin looks even good for its 1,200 V-Bucks. The new Catgirl looks good too, but I think the price should be 800 V-Bucks, not 1,200. And the dynamic hash set looks really good, moderately minimalistic and moderately beautiful. And with gold styling, by the way. Well, and lastly, some weird guy. If it was the second season of the 4th chapter with all its futuristicness, the guy would fit in well, but when the Greek gods are walking around the island, he looks rather superfluous. Well, now it's time for some new emotions. The first major update of the season turned out to be quite good. On the one hand, there were no map changes. On the other hand, they will appear, but only with the release of the micro patch next week. Seriously changed weapons and meta, snipers are now not to be found at all. Well, and returned the legendary hand cannon from the vault. I don't know about you, but I think the update is more or less good. Except for the corals and the couple in love, it's a shame because the date never took place. Well, or will be in the next update. We'll see. And this next update will give us storylines and collaboration with Aang. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, put a like, enter the code PhillyFishy in the item store. See you later.